Hi all, in this video I will be discussing top 15 questions that are asked commonly in UI Java interview. So this video is for the experienced people who have the experience between 2 to 5 years as an working experience. So this video I will not only show you the code sample as well as I will tell you how to explain this answer to the interviewer, and we will be going through each and every code snippet and as well as the structure answer that you should follow. So let's get started. So before going ahead with the video, I would request to please subscribe to the Deep Developer YouTube channel and also watch the playlist for like company wise interview preparations, where I have covered like most of the company's interview experience. So you can also watch my other videos as well. So let's get started with the video. First questions, like it's a simple and it's a general questions that being asked to every developers. So explain the 4 pillars of ops. But here is the some tricky is that, so you need to explain with the help of your real projects. So you can start with explaining the encapsulations, start with inheritance, polymorphism and the abstractions. You can take one sample examples, like for example encapsulations, like we have the private fields and we have like public getter and setter methods, and we have this business logic, and this logic is not exposed to anyone, like it is like control access, and the people will just accessing this deposit method. They don't know like what happened internally in the deposit method. The next concept is inheritance, like a child class is inheriting the properties of the parent class. So along with this, for example, this parent class have colors and this as an area and dress type. Along with that, uh, it have like child class, it have like radius, and it is overriding the area. So this is one of the like implementation of use case of the inheritance. Then polymorphisms, like we have runtime polymorphism, compile time polymorphisms. So means an object having like more than one form. So for example, this process have 3 method is there. So depending on upon the input at the runtime, it will be deciding, it will be called that particular method. So and the abstractions, here we don't know like what the send method is doing. So we only think about means what it is doing, like what to do with this method, not like what internally it is working. So send method, it can like send the email notification, it can send the SMS notification as well. So why uh, it is better, like you can go through these examples and you can try to relate it with your project. Even if you are freshers, I know that some fresher also watch the videos as well. So if you are fresher also, then it is very easy for you to explain to the interviewer with this help of the example. Let's move to the next questions. What is the difference between like a string buffer and the string builders, and also tell some string methods that we are using generally in our projects. Like you can tell like string builder is mutable, string buffer also mutable, and the string is immutable and is stored in the string pool area. Also, like we have different method called join, split, replace, and so you can go through this particular code sections. If we use like everywhere like character by character we are adding to the string, then it is no, it is a worst approach. So here internally we are creating the 5 new objects. So if we have the 5 fields, like then it will be like 1 0, then 0 1, then 0 1 2, then 0 1 3 4. So internally we have like 5 string object created. So it is like the bad approach. So we should use, on that case we should use the string builder as an mutable object. So and there are some methods are there. We can stream, strip, and two apart, two length, index of, substring, and the split, join. So you can try to go through those for the better understanding as well. So if you are still watching the video, I would request to please subscribe to the channel, and on the comment put your total year of experience, and if you want me to cover any specific interview questions for a specific company, I can cover that. So just put that on the comment section. I like the videos as well. So next question is that like explain the Java collection framework. You can explain collection hierarchy from from like iterable, then collections, then list, set, queue, and from the list we have like array list, linked list, set we have hash set, tree set, linked hash set. You can try to explain that, and also like when to use array list and when to use linked list, when to use hash set versus tree sets. So these are the, like some use cases I have mentioned. Like you can tell like array list when we want to access frequently, we can use array list. We can use linked list when we are adding or deleting the element frequently. Then hash set for the first lookup, no duplication will be there, and it is unordered. If you want to have the in the sorted order, so we can use the tree sets, that also with give the sorted order and without duplications. Then the linked hash sets, like it store the insertion order without any duplications. So you can just check that as well. Next question, like what is Lambda expansion and how does it simplify the code? Give the example using the string API for filtering and the transforming data. So basically you need to explain like use case of the Lambda expressions. It is mainly a way to implement the function interface, and we have the syntax. We need to pass the parameters, then the arrow expressions, and then with this expression you need to pass this statement, define statement, means within this curly braces you can put the statement or the logic. Before the Java 8 we usually have these inner classes, but after the Java 8 we are introduces this Lambda. So different stream API, stream pipeline, basically it came from the sources. Sources means any list or collections, then it will be going to the intermediate operations like a filter, map, then it will be having the terminal operation like collect, to list. So those are the terminal operation. So you can go through some of the sample examples. So here in this previously we are having this anonymous class, basically we are overriding it, and the after the Java 8 we have introduced this Lambda expression, so overriding is gone, and here we are using colon which is called the method references. And this is the some real world use cases of the filter, map, and sorted. So if you are like following my videos, you see we have in the other videos we have gone much details about the filter, map, collections, so you can go and watch those videos as well. So let's move to the next questions. Next questions is on like what is the difference between interface and an abstract class. So when would you choose one over the other? So abstract class can have fields and static state. Field means the state, and the constructor and the concrete method as well. By the interface, like no instance state, so there will be no fields, only the and there will be no constructor, only the different methods which will be there. Different method means different abstract method will be there. So interface means it defines a contract of what a class can do, and the abstraction class defines the template, like what a class is. So if you check the sum of the core difference, so we have the like abstract class called vehicles, and it have some fields. You see it is accepting the some fields as well, it is accepting the constructor as well, and it is accepting the it is the abstract class, abstract method will be definitely be there. It is accepting the concrete method, means method with a body, and this is also one more concrete method. In the interface it's have like the method prototype only, there is no implementation, and it can have like default method as well, default method. So we need to pass here default, but if we see here we are not passing the default. So these are the pretty much examples like how difference between abstract class and the interface, and these are like how we are extending the interfaces as well as the abstract classes, and how we are utilizing in our project. You can go through those. Let's move to the next questions. Next question is on like how do you create a thread in Java, and what is the difference between thread and runnable, and what is executor service. So basically the thread related questions is being asked to every developer. So basically there are two ways to create thread. One is by extending the threads, and other is like implementing the runnable interface. So we should basically use this runnable interfaces, and this is the different the thread lifecycle. You can it from the new state to it goes to runnable state, and runnable to blocked or waiting state, then the terminated state. And we can use this executor service for our real-time thread creations. So we will not basically create the thread using the new thread, but using the extending the thread. Yeah, it is not an preferred way in the productions. And so this is one way, and this is the other way to implement the runnable interface. And this is the some example we are using. So in the production we will be creating using like executor service. If you see executor service, for example, we have new fixed thread pool, so we need to pass the number of thread, and if we just do control space, so it this number of fields we have to create different threads. And singleton thread, new singleton thread executor you can create. So you can just go through this particular method use cases. And also they can ask like difference between callable features, shutdown and shutdown now, so better to check with that as well. So this is one of the most asked question to every candidate, and in my every videos, whatever the videos I have created so far regarding the interviews experience. So in every videos I have covered like how hashmap work internally, difference between hash codes and the equals method. So contract is that if a dot equals b is gives true, then a dot hashcode and b dot hashcode must be true. Reverse may not be required. Reverse may not be required means if a dot hashcode equal to b dot hashcode, that does not means means that particular a equal a should be equals to b. So this is the contract is that. And how this hashmap work internally, so that with the different questions, but let's understand little bit on can we have only the equals method without the hashcode method. So if we have equals method only without the hashcode method, so this concept will be the contract will be broken. So on that case, like hashmap will be behaves very badly. So correct way is that we should have the equals and as well as the hashcode methods. And this is one of the use cases we are using. We are creating this broken employee means the bad employee classes, and we have the good employee classes as well. So and here we are adding and we are checking the output. Question is that what does the static keyword means in Java, and what is the difference between static and the instance method. So static keyword, if we mention one field as an static, so it is belongs to the class level, it is not an object level. And we have this static block, so only it will be run once the class is loaded. Then we have like static method, so further we no need to create the object, we just do class dot get account, then it will be created. So basically we are using, if we see some of the for any utility class of pattern, we are using this kind of static classes. And we have like any kind of constants, so we'll be making as an static. So you can check this. So let's move to the next questions. How do you create an immutable class in Java, and why are immutable objects are preferred in multithreading? So if you want to create an immutable classes, for example this employee, we are making it as an immutable class. So first it should be the final, and all these fields will be that private and the final. And if any mutable field is there, so this is the mutable field, so it should be have the defensive copy. So defensive copy means it should be using this unmodifiable list, so this skill list not be modifiable. And there should be a no setter methods, only we need to define the values using the constructor. And there will be only the greater method as well. So Yeah, these are the basic structures we should follow when we create an classes immutable. Why are the new datetime API introduced in the Java 8, and what are the difference between local date time, and zone time? So if we have before this Java 8, we have this Java util.date, which is it is mutable and the no thread set, and little bit confusing on the month indexing. So later it was introduced the local date. It means only gives the date, no time, no time zone. So and local time only gives the time, no date and the no time zone. And the local date time itself it is saying local date and time, it gives the date and time. Zone date and time, it gives the date, time and the time zone. And instant is one of the method sorry not method, one of the classes there. So where we have date time in the second as well, milliseconds as well. Let's move to the next questions. Like explain the internal implementation of the array list and the linked list, and what are their time complexities for the common operations. So array list it's usually backed by the object array. Default capacity is 10 and it grows on it's completed the 50%. And the linked list, we know it store a doubly linked of node chain, when each node have like previous pointer, next pointer and the data. So, and the operation wise, if we want to fetch any values, it gives the order of n, and adding and at the last and first it gives the order of 1 complexity. In the contract of like array list, if we want to add anything in the middle, it gives like order of n complexity, because we need to shift the remaining element by n fields. And if you want to fetch any values, it gives like order of 1 complexity. Basically we preferred array list and 90% of the time, and so you can check this. So solid principles, they can ask you to explain with some real life use cases in the Java. So let's understand with some real life use cases. Solid is for single responsibility principle. There only one class have the one responsibility to do. So if for example if it has like a class called employee, it has like same method, generate method, and email method, send email. It's a lot of tasks it is doing, so it is not a part of S. So for a good purpose, you need to split with the focus classes. For example, employees records is there, and different class interfaces is there. One is employee repo, it's used for like saving the employee report record, and report service is there, it's for generating the report. And email service is there, it's for like sending the email. Then open and closed principles, and addition to the new fields should not do the modify of the existing code. So if you see, if you want to add a new discount type, you need to do the if else condition, and you need to add the existing codes. So better you should use the extend without the modification. So you can have the different classes is there, and it's implement the basic interface. So you can go with a list of substitution principle, interface segregation principle, dependency inversion principle. Then they can ask with like how does Java memory, Java manages the memory, and what is GC, and how do you avoid memory leak, and what is the difference between finally and finalized. So finally is a finalized keyword, so once it defines value cannot be changes. Finally is in block, so that runs after the try catch block, whether the exception occur or not, finally block will be always executed. And finalize method call is a method called by garbage collections before the object collected, and it is deprecated after the Java 9 versions. So let's move to the next questions. Next question is like what is an iterator, and when does concurrent modifications exception occur, and how do you safely remove the elements from iterating. So concurrent modification exception is like when we want to modify the collection while iterating with for each loop. So to remove, we need to use iterator dot remove. It's like safe way to remove during the iterations. we have the list iterator, which is the bidirectional. It support like both the add and set during the iterations. And remove if in the Java it is in cleanest ways to remove by the conditions, and they can ask with like copy on write array list. It's an iterating the shape even with the concurrent modification. So if we see the concurrent modification exceptions, it is occurring when we are trying to remove. And next is that this remove method is the safest way. And so these are the like pretty much use cases you can go through, and you can explain this copy on array list as well to thread safe iteration. It's in like better way you can visualize the code as well, right? So, and the last questions, not the last questions, they will definitely ask like coding questions as well. These are the common question that was asked, like reverse LinkedList, find a duplicate, check palindrome, group anagram, count what Fibonacci series. So yeah, so that's all with the video. So if you like the video, I will suggest you to please subscribe to the channel, and provide in the comment section if you have any doubts, or if you want to cover any specific topic or any specific company interviews. So I will cover that on the coming videos. So thanks for watching the video, and all the best for your interview.